What's going on, you guys? It's your boy, Big C6. Welcome back to the Big C6 channel. I got a video for you guys today. I'm going to try to make it short, but I don't know. We're going to see exactly how long this video is going to be. Anyway, y'all, let's get this video off. What I'm here to talk about today is WWE. I'm going to talk to you guys about how WWE was when I was a kid. Growing up, watching wrestling, back in the day when I was a kid, there was WWE, or should I say WWF, WCW, ECW, stuff like that. That made wrestling. We had different promotions to be able to sit there and be like, well, what's going to happen on, Thunder? What's going to happen on Nitro? What's going to happen on Monday Night Raw? What's going to happen on SmackDown? What's going to happen on, this pay-per-view, that pay-per-view? Back then, people loved WCW. People loved the fact that WCW was still around because back then, in my opinion, WWF had, they were fighting to see who the number one wrestling organization was going to be. At the end of it all, yes, WWE managed to pull off the victory. It sucks WCW's not around still, but shit happens. Now let's go on as WWE, went on more, the Attitude Era. Stone Cold Steve Austin coming out, drinking beer, flipping people off, saying bad words. The day that he pulled the gun on Vince McMahon, made Vince McMahon piss his pants. The Ministry of Darkness, the whole shit with where Undertaker tried to bomb Stone Cold and all that. That, back in the day, when I was a kid, that shit was great. That made WWE what WWE was. Kane coming out being that monster. You know what I mean? That made WWE what WWE was back in the day. That made the Attitude Era, that made wrestling worth watching. Sable's tits getting whipped out on TV. The one day that Jacqueline was up on the referee's shoulders and Sable ripped her shirt off and her tits got exposed. That made wrestling back in the day. Yeah, we're PG now because a lot of kids watch WWE. But what about us? We were their age at one point. We didn't have PG. Hell, we had wrestlers saying, I'm going to kick your ass and you ain't got the balls. And they used mad swear words on TV, man. I remember one day on one of the pay-per-views, Undertaker and Stone Cold were wrestling, and Undertaker said, fuck you to him. And you could hear that stuff plain as day. Plain as damn day. Whatever happened to that kind of hype in wrestling? Like, all you see anymore is shitty promos. I mean, don't get me wrong, Bray Wyatt. Now, Bray Wyatt can probably cut a promo in that business right now better than any damn buddy can. No lie. Bray Wyatt is like the promo guy right now. Love Bray Wyatt. Wish they'd push him again, but unfortunately they probably won't. They'll probably bury his ass. Hope not, but unfortunately that's the way that it looks like it's going to be. Back in the day, we had tag teams that were just great. We had these tag teams like the New Day, for example, kind of comical. We did with DX. DX made wrestling back then what it was. They were comical. They were serious. You had a group of guys who would just go out there and straight up kick your ass, dude. And no one expected things to happen from the NWO, for example. They were kind of comical in a way. Whatever happened to shit like that? You know what happened? Triple H took over. The cerebral assassin, the King of Kings. And I say it like this because I'm going to get my point across here. When you have a business like WWE, and you sit there and you say, I'm the King of Kings. Okay, you might be the King of Kings at one point. But guess what, buddy? You don't wrestle full-time anymore. So you no longer can call yourself the King of Kings. You know why? Look at all the full-timers. Cesaro should have been a champion, WWE champion by now. Hell, I think that man's got hella skills. Sheamus, they're pretty much burying his ass again. Bray Wyatt could have been a damn hell of a good champion if they would have let him keep that belt for a long time. They should have let, in my opinion, and it's not just because I'm a huge Undertaker fan. That was my favorite wrestler before he retired. My opinion is this. I think they should have let The Undertaker win at least the WWE Championship one last time before he retired. Hold it from WrestleMania at least until WrestleMania, like a year. And then that WrestleMania should have been the WrestleMania that he was going to lose. Lost the damn belt. And then he could have at least kept a streak until maybe the Roman Reigns moment or whatever. Even Braun Strowman. Shit. I think my dream match of all time, I've always wanted to see, and it's even been brought up on actual live TV all over YouTube. Sting has even said this. Sting and Undertaker. It's been a match that people have wanted to see for ages. Never happened. You know, there's been so many matches that people have wanted to see for ages that never happened. Or they happen and the hype is just it's garbage. It's straight up garbage. Whatever happened to wrestling? Man, when I was a kid, you used to be able to, like, literally, you would get so excited about Monday Night Raw coming on. You had to be in front of the TV because you didn't know, what was going to happen next. If The Rock was going to rock bottom somebody, off the damn Titantron, just giving an example. It never happened, but you didn't know if Stone Cold was going to come out and Stone Cold Stunner fucking whoever. You know what I'm saying? Ride his monster truck out through the damn Titantron thing and drink a damn beer and throw up a middle finger and he's the champion and him and Undertaker fight, blah, blah, blah. Back in the day, that was the shit, man. Back in the day, Kurt Angle with the milk truck, that was kind of epic. Do you see that shit nowadays? Hell no. Wrestling has gotten to a point to where it's so damn boring anymore. Like, yeah, they're having an ambulance match. Oh, whoop-de-frickin-do. An ambulance match. Good for that. Who cares? Do you think you're going to see blood in that match? No. They had damn Extreme Rules last week or so. The week before that, whatever. Was there blood? Yeah, a little tiny bit. Or no, that was Money in the Bank that they had. I think it was Roman Reigns, if I'm not mistaken. One of them was bleeding above their eye a little bit. Let me guess, they probably got fined for that, like Batista did in the cage match. When Batista got busted open years ago, he got fined like $10,000 or something like that. That's freaking retarded. WWE is not going the route that they used to. They always used to say, back in the Attitude Era, we give the fans what the fans want. Okay. Cool. Give me this. Bring back the Thuganomics John Cena. Turn John Cena's ass heel. Give me that. Take away them ugly ass belts. Bring back the old World Heavyweight Championship from WCW and revamp it, make it look different. And bring back, make a new WWE Championship or a new Universal title, but make it look different. Instead of having the big ass... Damn belts are hideous! The only two belts left in that business that look great still are the Intercontinental Championship and the United States. The rest of them all look garbage. The Tag Team Championships even look fucking garbage. When I was a kid, man, DX back in the day, they used to hold them tag belts. That was the shit. They had just the normal WWE Tag Championships and the World Tag Team Championships. Badass. Back in the day, them belts actually had a meaning to them. Nowadays, they're jokes. They look like big-ass pennies. The ones look like big-ass pennies. And then the other ones just look like they're silver. And they're ugly as hell. Like, they're just ugly. In the damn WWE Championship. For real, a big-ass WWE logo in the middle with it saying champion at the bottom or what the fuck ever. That is ugly, dude. They're going down the same road UFC's going. UFC, every single belt looks exactly the same. WWE is going to turn around following the same damn footsteps that UFC's going down. What are they going to do? I have a feeling this is what they're going to do. If they decide that they're going to make a new United States title, they're going to use the big-ass logo like they got now, but behind that, they're going to have like American flag kind of effect. And maybe a red, white, and blue strap, or the strap's going to be black, and behind that there's going to be like a United States symbol or some shit like that. Just like the Intercontinental title, they're going to have like a world behind it or some bullshit like that. I don't know, but I hope they just leave them belts the hell alone. Those are the only two belts that are still actually look good. Because back in the day when I was a kid, man, they had the belts that had the nameplates on them. Now, when you are a wrestler, okay, don't get me wrong, you know, the whole having the side plates thing is kind of cool. But back when I was a kid, my dreams of growing up becoming a professional wrestler were very, very high. I thought to myself, oh, I'm going to have a belt with my own name on it. You know how awesome that is? That's like having a plaque. Let's say #1 dad, and you've got your name on it. Dude, that means the world to people. When I remember growing up as a kid, I used to make these belts out of cardboard. And I would get a gold crayon, and I would color the plates in gold. Because back then, I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I didn't know what the hell was going on. But I'm not going to lie, them belts look badass. I love them belts. Them belts were sick. And if I could still find one of them, if I had one of them still, I'd show you guys. Now, I can make a belt and it probably look awesome because I'm still great at drawing. But back then, I even had a belt with even a cardboard nameplate on it, and it would change. Each person that won the championship, I would write their name on it. I'd cut out a piece of cardboard, write their name on it, put it on there. That meant something to someone. Even though it was cardboard. You know, we were kids, we did it. We thought, hey, yeah, this is the coolest shit in the world, man. I mean, you got people on here, shout out to my boy DM Championship Belts. Shout out to you, homeboy. Yeah, yo, that European Championship, let me say something to you, man. If I could buy that off you, oh, I would buy that off you in a split second. And if you say I can buy it off you and you come up with a price, yo, hit me back. I can't find you on Facebook, by the way. I've looked. You're impossible to find. Shout out to my man Terrence Chambers for making the great belts like he makes. I mean, shout out to Paul Martin Championship Belts. Shout out to Jose Velasquez, Jose Championship Belts, or Jose TV, whatever you want to be called now, man. Shout out to you too. Shout out to all these belt makers out there that are making these awesome championship belts. You guys have no idea, the time and effort it takes to make championships like that. If you go and look on my channel down below somewhere, I actually have 2 championship belts that I did an unboxing for. And both of them are, one is the XWE World title, which I'm actually going to have a new one made at some point. And then the other one is the XWE Triple Crown Championship, which is actually my favorite belt. They're both hanging on my wall in my bedroom. I have 2 more coming. I'm hoping to get them next month. I more than likely will definitely be getting them next month. I promised him I'd be throwing him some money, so it's going to happen. And then hopefully we can work on the process of another belt that I'd like to get made. But back into the original topic. You got these guys out there that are coming out and they're wrestling in the ring. For example, newcomers like Shinsuke Nakamura, Finn Balor, Sami Zayn. Even though they wrestled in other promotions, they're new to the WWE. New to the WWE, for example, AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, Eric Youngs. The people that are coming over from TNA. TNA is not as big of a business as WCW once was. WWE is bigger than TNA. TNA is not as big as WWE. Excuse me. So when you take a guy from TNA, like Austin Aries, or Samoa Joe, or Bobby Roode, for example, you put them on WWE, but you make them go to NXT. And they stay in NXT. And the only people that make the main roster are Samoa Joe. And shit, they didn't even put AJ Styles in NXT. They pushed his ass straight to the main roster. What about AJ Styles? What? Because the man's been around the world. He's wrestled around the world. He's automatically main event status? Do I agree with that? Yes and no. But WWE technically is not giving us fans what us fans want. Me personally, being a wrestling fan my whole life, I don't want to see any part-time wrestlers anymore. I mean, is it a good idea? I mean, I guess for some of us who like them superstars, like Brock Lesnar, for example, I can't see Brock Lesnar being a part-timer. I mean, the man's supposed to be this beast, this straight-up, animal, or what the hell ever, and you only see him, once every few months, or whatever. And then yet they let him be the Universal Champion. Why in the Sam hell should he get to be a champion that is that big, and then not be able to wrestle every single pay-per-view like the rest of the guys? Why not put the belt on somebody like Samoa Joe, Finn Balor, Shinsuke Nakamura, Bray Wyatt? I know some of these guys are on SmackDown, but still, like, you have full-time superstars who should have a championship. I mean, yeah, The Miz is the Intercontinental Champion. Boo, Miz sucks. Dean Ambrose, he was the Intercontinental Champion. Good choice. You know, me personally, a man I would love to see have a huge, huge push. Possibly the next face of the business, if he would do something with his beard, Braun Strowman. That's my new favorite wrestler right there. Him and, I know they're kind of somewhat shoving Roman Reigns down our throat, which, don't get me wrong, I mean, I'm a Reigns fan, but I'm not like a Reigns, jump on the Reigns bandwagon and root for Reigns and let's go Reigns and all this other bullshit. No, that's not me. I mean, Seth Rollins, I'd like to see him be pushed again. And I hope they do. I hope they push the hell out of Seth Rollins. Hope they push the hell out of Dean Ambrose. I hope they push Roman Reigns. But Roman Reigns has got to understand, yes, he beat Taker at WrestleMania, which me personally I think was a bullshit match. If anybody should have beat The Undertaker at WrestleMania, I personally think it should have been Braun Strowman or Sting. I think it definitely should have been Sting. Sting should have came back for that one last match and beat Taker. It would have made more sense. An icon versus an icon. A legend versus a legend. Technically, if you want my opinion, a myth versus a myth. You know what I'm saying? They both almost had the same gimmick, but Sting's is more like the Crow. Undertaker's is more like a guy that just came from the damn graveyard and just got done digging himself out of a hole. I mean, don't get me wrong, guys. I love wrestling. I grew up watching wrestling. I love the business. I love the fact that, you know, WWE is still around. But my opinion is this: what the hell has wrestling turned into? It's a joke. Like, it's literally a joke anymore. You don't see blood. Hell, they don't even really show butt cheeks that much anymore. I mean, yeah, some of the divas, don't get me wrong, Lana was looking real good at motherfucking Money in the Bank. Other than that, they don't show blood. They really don't say that much swear words. You know, they don't use no weapons at all that much at all anymore. And everything is looking botched. Like the punches, for example. You can tell when some of the punches are fake looking. Just like some of the slams, like last night on Raw. I can't remember what match it was in, but one of the wrestlers slammed the other person, slow as all hell. And I thought to myself, really? Like, you really think people is going to think that this shit is real? I mean, I know wrestling's fake. It took me the longest time to finally come out and realize that wrestling is fake. I used to love wrestling so much that when The Rock actually came out on Jay Leno or whatever show that was and admitted that wrestling was fake, I almost cried. You know, as a kid, I didn't realize that. I thought wrestling was real. That's something I wanted to do. And then as I got older and The Rock said that, I said, you know what? I'm not going to be in something that's fake. You know, wrestling was a part of my life growing up as a kid. I loved wrestling. We used to get some of the pay-per-views. WCW even looked more realistic back then. And then as it got to where it started to shut down, WCW started to suck because of, you know, Eric Bischoff and Vince Russo. WWE is starting to suck. Because, my opinion, personally, a lot of you may leave hate comments in the section below or whatever, and I really don't care. My opinion, personally, though, is Triple H. It's Triple H's fault. If he's going to be the COO, he needs to retire full-time as a superstar and run the business. You know, run the business like he does. If he's going to be a wrestler, he needs to give the COO to somebody like Shane McMahon. Let Shane McMahon do what he's got to do and wrestle full-time. I don't think he should have the right to do both. I don't think any wrestler who has that much power, like Kurt Angle, I don't think Kurt Angle should be able to come back as a wrestler and also be GM at the same time. That's just not fair. You know what I mean? Just like Mick Foley. If Mick Foley was still around, Mick Foley was like, oh, I'm going to come back tonight. I'm going to go for the Universal Championship. I'm going to win the match, and then I'm going to keep the belt for like a year. They can do that because they're, they got control or whatever, so they can do that. I don't think it's fair. I think it's bullshit. That's just my opinion. But guys, this video is going on 20 minutes. I tried cutting it short. I wanted to just get that out there, get that off my chest about WWE and wrestling in general. If you guys have any comments, please leave them in the comment section down below. Like, comment, rate, subscribe. Smash that thumbs up button with a steel chair. Do what you guys got to do. Like I said, shout out to all them people. Shout out to anyone who watches my videos and stays subscribed to my channel. Appreciate that. Thanks a lot. But until next time, guys, this has been your boy, Big C6, and this has been the Big C6 channel, and I'm out. Peace.